Hey everyone! So the SSLC Maths exam is right around the corner. And I know the pressure is probably piling up, right? Well, today we're going to tackle that head on. Forget the stress, because we're about to map out a really smart strategy, a plan to get you that perfect 80 out of 80. Yes, it's possible.
Honestly, I get it. You open the textbook, you look at the whole syllabus, and it just feels like you're staring up at this giant mountain, and you have no idea which path to take first. It can be super overwhelming. That stress, totally normal. But don't you worry, because today we are going to find the smartest, quickest path to the peak. And we're going to do it together.
See, the thing about climbing this mountain, it's not about just working hard. Everyone works hard. It's about working smart. It's about picking the right path, the one that saves you time and energy and gets you to the top feeling confident. And that's exactly what we're here to do, to draw that map.
All right, so let's get right to it. Your map to success, the blueprint. Now, every single climb needs a good map, right? For us, that map is the official KSEB blueprint. Seriously, this is your secret weapon. It literally tells you where the high-value points are, so you know exactly where to put in your effort for the best marks.
Okay, so first things first, let's understand the lay of the land. Your paper is 80 marks in total, with 38 questions. Now look at how it's broken down. You've got your 1-mark questions, 16 of them, including MCQs, then 8 questions for 2 marks, 9 for 3 marks, 4 big-ticket 4-mark questions, and then that 1 giant 5-mark question. Knowing this structure inside and out is absolutely the key to planning your time in the exam hall.
And why does this even matter, you ask? Well, it's simple. When you know the paper pattern like the back of your hand, there are no last-minute surprises on exam day. You walk into that hall feeling prepared, feeling like you're in control. And trust me, that confidence is half the battle won against exam nerves.
Okay, moving on to the 25-mark head start. Now this is where our smart strategy really kicks in. The biggest mistake students make is trying to give every single chapter equal importance. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to secure a huge 25-mark head start, a move that's going to make you feel amazing about your preparation.
So just take a look at this. The data from the blueprint is telling us a story. Look at these 3 chapters. You've got triangles, a total heavyweight, coming in at 9 marks. And right behind it you have pair of linear equations and arithmetic progressions, both solid for 8 marks each. This isn't a coincidence, you guys. This is a massive, flashing sign telling us exactly where to start. Let's just add that up. That is a whopping 25 marks, just from 3 chapters. Think about that for a second. That's almost 1/3 of your entire maths paper. Can you imagine? If you absolutely nail these 3 chapters, you've already built a super strong foundation for scoring a perfect 80. How amazing would it be to walk into the exam hall knowing you've already got 1/3 of the paper in your pocket?
All right, Section 3, Conquering Guarantee Questions. So we've got our 25 marks targeted. Now let's get even more strategic. Let's talk about the specific types of questions that show up year after year. I like to call these guarantee marks, because if you prepare for them, the marks are practically yours for the taking.
Okay, let's break it down. From triangles, you can pretty much bank on a theorem proof. Think Pythagoras or Thales' theorem. It's almost always there. Same with circles. Those theorems about tangents are super important. Then, from linear equations, that 4-mark question is very often the solve by graphical method one. And for arithmetic progressions, you've got to be ready for a word problem, maybe finding the nth term or the sum. If you perfect these specific question types, you are literally walking in with a bunch of marks already confirmed.
Speaking of APs, formulas like this one are everything, aren't they? And here's my #1 tip for you. Please do this. Create a formula sheet. A single piece of paper with every single important formula in theorem from all the chapters. Stick it on your wall, on your mirror, somewhere you'll see it every single day. That constant, quick revision is what makes the formulas stick in your head for good, turning rote memory into real understanding.
Now for that big 4-mark question from linear equations, you've got 2 main weapons in your arsenal, solving graphically and solving by elimination. Look, the graphical method is fantastic because you can actually see the answer, but it needs to be super neat and accurate. On the other hand, the elimination method is all algebra, and it can be much faster, especially if the numbers are friendly. The bottom line, you need to be a pro at both. That way you can look at the question and decide which method is going to be quicker and easier for you.
Okay, let's talk about the winning technique, practice, and presentation. We figured out what to study, which is great, But honestly, the difference between getting, say, a 75 and a perfect 80, it all comes down to how you practice and how you present your answers. This is where we make sure every single mark is counted.
And let me be absolutely clear about what practice means. It does not mean reading through solved examples in a textbook. Maths is not a spectator sport. It's like learning to play the guitar. You can't just watch videos, you have to actually play. You have to pick up a pen, get a piece of paper, and physically solve the problems. Writing it all out, that's what builds the speed and the muscle memory, and it's how you catch those silly mistakes before they happen in the real exam.
And when you're in that exam, your presentation is just so crucial. Remember, the examiner isn't a mind reader. They give marks for steps. So you have to write every step clearly, showing them how you got to the answer. For geometry, your diagrams must be neat and labeled. And when you get your final answer, put a box around it. Make it easy for them to find. And please, please, please don't forget your units, like centimeters or meters squared. It's these tiny little details that make all the difference and take you to that perfect score.
Okay, let's fast forward to the actual exam day. Time management is key. Here's a solid game plan. The first 30 minutes, knock out all those 1 and 2 mark questions. They're quick wins and they'll build your confidence and momentum. Then dedicate the next 90 minutes, the main event, to those bigger 3, 4, and 5 mark questions. And the golden rule? No matter what, you must save the last 15 minutes. That's your revision time. It's your safety net to catch any silly mistakes and secure those final marks.
Okay, let's wrap this all up into your winning action plan. We're going to bring everything we just talked about into a simple, super powerful plan that you can start using, like right now. This is your final checklist. So here it is, just 3 simple steps. Step 1, get that blueprint and really focus on those high-weightage chapters we talked about. Step 2, identify those guarantee questions and practice them by writing them out again and again until you can do them in your sleep. And finally, step 3, always time yourself when you practice and always work on making your presentation neat and clean. That's it. That's the plan.
So, at the end of the day, remember this. Getting that top score in maths isn't just about studying for hours and hours. It's not about hard work alone. It's about smart work. It's about having a strategy, a plan, and now you have one.
So there you have it. Your roadmap is crystal clear. You have the tools, you have the strategy, and you know the path. The only thing missing now is you taking that first step. So my question to you is, are you ready to start the climb? I know you are. You've totally got this.